Hello, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chuck. Thank you very much for being here today. I hope you've had a great week so far. Today, we're going to be talking about two sets that I am absolutely locking in for to try to take advantage of as much as I possibly can. Once the rotation boom happens, things are going to change for these sets. I do believe that. And we have a number of products coming out for both of the sets I'll be talking about today. That I'm really going to be trying to maximize my opportunity for, even more so than normal, because I really don't know how many more drops we'll get for these. And of course, those two sets, if you've been paying attention, are 151 and Paldean Fates, two of the best sets of the era. Now, I love Prismatic. There's a lot of other sets that I like, but we still have a lot more time on those. And I think 151 and Paldean Fates in particular, technically they're being rotated out of the TCG in the G block in April. That is April. And, the way I see it is like, we're going to get the most product for both sets more than likely this holiday season. Now, that could be false. We could get a massive dump of 151 ETBs or bundles or whatever, sometime before April. I highly doubt it, but the way I see it is like, these are the two of the best sets of the era, and I want to get as much of it as I can. Gobble it up, they might say. That's what we do on this channel. Anyway, moving on. Ever wondered what your collection is worth? Well, the Shiny app is here to help. It allows you to track all the prices of your products and updates 2 times per day. The Shiny app pulls data from both eBay and TCG Player to keep your collection's value as accurate as possible. Not to mention, it has the most seamless user interface in the game. I love using it. I love how it looks. It's so easy to use. And the best part is, it is totally free. The links are down below if you'd like to try it out. Thanks again, Shiny. Now, that's not to say that, just because April's rolling around, that product is going to stop hitting shelves forever. We'll probably trickle out some 151 or maybe even some Paldean Fates here and there. But look, you have to remember, there's a lot of sets that the Pokemon Company needs to reprint. In my opinion, based on what I have seen in the context out there, they are printing at max capacity. And for the first time, we have had some type of dip in demand, and supply has caught up a bit. And so that's kind of what you're seeing with sets like, Surging Sparks, Mega Evolution, which, by the way, I'm going to start, referencing my personal local area a bit more on Facebook, just because I think it's interesting how different the prices can be compared to something like TCG Player. Right now, what I see in my area, Surging, Prismatic bundles, Mega Evolution boxes, some White Flare ETBs, things like that. What I don't see a ton of is 151 and Paldean Fates, which makes sense. We haven't gotten anything significant recently, except for these 4-pack, Sam's Club bundles, which I got 2 of them. I actually got 2 of these, I believe, which I was very thankful to get, very happy to have gotten them. But right now, it's all about Mega Evolution. It's all about kind of random ETBs. People are, and I say people, but mostly scalpers are just trying to liquidate a lot of their holdings for a quick buck, because things are a bit shaky right now. I've gotten offers for Surging Sparks at 200, 205, 210. Even made some purchases around there, which is, by the way, a great deal. But 151 Paldean Fates, with rip and shipping as popular as it is, the most popular it's ever been, or maybe not right now, but this year in general, a lot of Scarlet and Violet, I think, has to be treated a little bit differently, and that much of the product has been opened. Not all, but more than normal has been opened, and 151 and Paldean Fates are both huge beneficiaries of that. Paldean Fates being a little bit underprinted compared to it, to 151. You see the ETB prices, you see really the bundles. Pretty much every single product is super expensive, because we just didn't get a crazy amount of Paldean Fates. And I don't really see that changing between now and April, and even a little bit beyond. Let's be super generous and say the end of next year. All right. Keep in mind, Phantasmal Flames is about to come out. Mega Evolution just came out. We have the Dream set or whatever coming out in January. Special set. And every other set after that. Not to mention Journey Together, Destined Rivals. Like, these sets all need to be reprinted, just like Surging Sparks. Prismatic probably as well in that rotation. 151, I think, is a somewhat of an exception in that I think it brought so many people back to the hobby. There's still a ton of demand for both of these sets, but especially 151. And that the Pokemon Company, they could make a decision and keep that product coming out. But look, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I mean, they've printed millions, hundreds of millions of packs probably for that set. And Paldean Fates, I think, is kind of in a similar position, but a little bit more under the radar. And I love Paldean Fates, obviously, because it has 3 very, very strong chase cards. The Bubble Mew, the Charizard, the best Charizard of the era, I might add. And the Gardevoir, which is a pretty solid Gardevoir. But the Bubble Mew, I mean, it has the nickname, it has everything going for it. The total set value of the set is put, near 1,800. I think that'll drop, over these next few months because we are getting a bunch of these Iron Treads 11-pack boxes, guys. And this is the first product I want to point to as one that I'm really, really going to try to hone in on. I don't see us getting these for like an extremely long time, like Blooming Waters, for instance. The set is rotating out. Like, I think worst case scenario, we get these through like the middle of next year, maybe even a few months after that. And, I was lucky enough to hit on the Walmart drop a few weeks ago. We'll probably get a lot more of these at, I think it's Costco or maybe Walmart. I don't remember. I guess Walmart, they did the last drop, but TBD on if Sam's or Costco are getting these. But I'm going to be there, man. I have the Sam's Club Plus membership. I will be there for my limit of 2 at 8 a.m. or whatever. I'm not missing out on these. And I think I would like to have a larger Paldean Fates position going forward. This, to me, represents the best opportunity to be able to do that. Now, it's not my most ideal product, but look, towards the end of a life cycle of a set, what we know is that they stop kind of doing ETBs historically. They move into these collection boxes, and the Pokemon Company, it is all about the collection boxes. We're going to be seeing a shit ton of collection boxes in all different types of forms this holiday season, especially on Black Friday, with the $20 boxes at Walmart and, just random collection boxes with like Surging and Destined and Journey Together and all types of random things. But yeah, this is, to my knowledge, like the only Paldean Fates announcement that we have of like confirmed product going to be hitting the market at some point. And to me, it represents a great opportunity at its price point. $70, $80 MSRP, 11 packs. You do the math, it's under $10 a pack. And I don't think you're going to have a ton of opportunities long term. And look, if you are investing in this space, you want to be investing in the best sets for a minimum of 2 to 3 years. And I think in 3 years, ideally 3 years, you kind of weather the most scenarios. 3 years from now, Paldean Fates is going to be looking really, really good, in my opinion. I believe in the set. I believe in shinies. People like shinies. People love Bubble Mew. It is very unique. Whether or not you like it, I think is irrelevant. I mean, most people like it, but it's very unique and it's very approachable. It appeals to a wide variety of people. It's Gen 1. It's shiny Mew. It's cool. It's really cool. And, I think there's just a lot of potential for that. And so, unless something changes, like that's the main product I'm looking at. Now, when you look at volume for Paldean Fates, I mean, things are still very healthy. You have the Charizard tins with the promo inside. These tech stickers, which released, on Macy's and kind of random, like Target. So they're a little bit cheaper right now at $30, which I actually think represents a decent value. I wouldn't be buying these at these prices, but, if you were lucky to get them around 20 bucks, pretty great opportunity. Wouldn't be surprised if we get more of those. You know, ETBs, I think they're just gone. I don't really see, I mean, I guess I see long-term some investability there, but I think I'd rather just be shooting for the products that are coming out that are available. You know what I mean? Yeah, loose packs selling for 13 plus shipping and tax, which is just crazy. So yeah, Paldean Fates, it goes without saying, it's a phenomenal set, and I'm going to be locking in getting some of this. 151, I think, also poses a really, really strong opportunity going into the holiday season. Now, as far as I'm aware, the only, you know, we have some 410s, I think more coming out, but we also got a 10 pack mini 10 collection box coming at some point over the next few months. I don't really know when. Should be pretty interesting to see, right? So, yeah, I think this will also be a phenomenal opportunity. The 4-pack tins are selling for like 120 right now, which is pretty wild. But look, 151 is 151. I would not be breaking these down. Just keep in mind the mini tins with the plastic on them, you can take them off, reseal it, and slide the you know, take everything out, slide the plastic back on. So don't be buying these loose on the secondary market, okay? Just be very careful with that. So, you know, 151, I think, represents a great opportunity right now. Booster bundles are hitting the vending machines as we speak. Not crazy like Surging Sparks, but like a pretty decent amount of them are hitting them. I think we'll get bundles for a little while longer. I think anything under $80 right now is still a pretty fantastic buy. Closer to 70 would be ideal. And there's a lot of sales like on eBay around the, you know, $81, you know, $78, $80 price point at the moment. So just something to keep in mind. Here's 79 free shipping, which isn't a terrible price in my opinion. You know, you have to pay tax, of course, but yeah, I think bundles are a phenomenal opportunity right now. Check locally in your area, throw out some 70, 75 offers. That's kind of what I'm doing. I just got a few behind me for, you know, 70 each, which is a fine deal in my opinion, long term. Not to mention, guys, Cyber Weekend on TCG Player starts the 28th and ends on the 1st, where you get 10% back store credit on everything. And the last time this happened, I believe, was in May, and there was a ton of sales volume, and it was very successful. So this year it's going to be just as crazy. This whole week is going to be just an absolute shit show, honestly. And I'm curious to see how that's going to shake out and how that's going to affect the market. If people are going to be excited, because right now it kind of feels like not much is going on, not much is releasing. We have Phantasmal coming out in 9 days, and people are kind of excited about it, but like a little apprehensive. You know, there's a lot of surging boxes flooding the market, a lot of mega boxes flooding the market. And so, you know, we'll have to see what happens over the next month, 2 months. It's going to be very telling. December is typically pretty slow. People are focused on Christmas. You know, there's definitely some buying for presents and things like that, but for the most part, there's not a release of a set. It tends to be pretty quiet. And so when I think about this month, it's going to be very interesting. I think November is one of the most kind of pivotal months to kind of gauge what will happen over the short term. December, January, we get the special set, the Dream set, Legendary Dreams. Maybe we think it's what it's going to be called. Nothing confirmed yet, of course. We got some leaks for the cards, but they seem to be fake. So TBD on that. The leaks had Gengar and Dragonite. I don't think they're real, but if there's a Gengar in the set, all of a sudden the set's going to be good. I think the set might not be that desirable. But yeah, I do think a lot of profit for scalpers is definitely thinning quite a bit. And, you know, people are kind of stuck holding a lot of things at the moment. It's a little bit harder to offload some random ancillary products. So for me, I think I'm gonna go as aggressive as I can on 151 and Paldean Fates, especially 151. I think I rate it above Paldean Fates. Long term, that nostalgia how they brought life to the Pokemon in the set. It's not just a reprint like Evolutions or fully fleshed out unique arts of the most popular gen. And that's what it is. So, you know, just a couple thoughts I have. You know, I know a lot of people are very bearish right now, and I think there's completely valid reasoning, but I'm in this for the long term, and I see an opportunity. And if liquidity keeps getting sucked out, if Bitcoin keeps going down and the market keeps looking bad, and 151 and Paldean Fates are a little bit easier to get, I'm all about that because I know eventually there's going to be another bear or another bull happening. There will be another bear too. I wouldn't call this quite a bear market yet, or I wouldn't say that. Volume is still relatively high. Prices are still very elevated compared to where we were a year ago. Keep that in mind. So have some confidence, have a plan, and lock in. Focus. Oh, God, I just felt so gross to say. Focus on the best sets and get the best price you can for them. Maybe go to a vending machine or two now and then. Ugh, right? Ugh. But if you hit, it'll be worth it. So just some thoughts I have, guys. Again, appreciate you watching. Thank you again to the Shiny app, as always. Maybe a collab coming up soon. We'll see. Excited. Gonna be announcing a giveaway more than likely this week, so be looking forward to that. And I ain't got much else for you. I'm just watching like you are, making plays where I can. Trying to buy some Sword and Shield boxes. I have not been able to find any. And yeah, if I get surging at 200, insta buy, or 205, 210. That's where I'm looking at right now. I'm telling you, in a few months' time, these surging buys are gonna be looked back on fondly. All the scalpers rushing to dump them to make $25. And anyway, yeah, very interesting to see. So Paldean Fates 151. We got some drops coming up. They're rotating out in April. Don't forget. I think now represents a great opportunity to get some product en masse. So cheers. Thank you for watching. And my friends, I will see you very soon in the next one. Goodbye.